Niner gang, what up? You're watching the 49ers Report right here on Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Senior. Give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. Feel free to slide in my DMs to talk some Niners football. Today's show is presented to you by our friends at Magic Spoon. You can get $5 off the tastiest and healthiest cereal out there by going to magicspoon.com/49ers Report. That link is in the description, as well as the comment section of this video. We start off with some 49ers news items because the Niners have signed a running back off the Cincinnati Bengals practice squad. This coming from Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network. He said this on Twitter: the 49ers are signing running back Jacques Patrick, that's the proper pronunciation there, off the Bengals practice squad, source said. Big opportunity for the one-time XFL star with injuries depleting the San Francisco backfield. Who is Jacques Patrick? We got you covered because that's what we do here on the channel. We entertain you and we inform you. Jacques Patrick is a big back. He's a bruiser, really runs with a lot of power because he's got huge size, 6'2", 230 plus pounds, but even though he's a larger guy, still has some speed to him. 4'6", 40-yard dash guy, played his college ball at Florida State, and there he was fabulous. Average yards per carry, 7.5 yards, so nobody could stop him really at the collegiate level. Started his professional career at the XFL level where he played well, and that's where a lot of people started to notice, man, this guy can really run the football with some authority. Average yards per catch at the XFL level north of 4, and he was the top rusher in the preseason for the Cincinnati Bengals. You're looking at a running backfield now that has a bunch of different elements to it when all of these guys are healthy, and they're bringing in Patrick because there are so many injuries in this backfield, which we'll explore here coming up. But the 49ers as an offense are big, they are physical, and you've kind of seen a change in philosophy with Kyle Shanahan's offense this offseason and so far this season. He drafted and went after larger offensive linemen. Every wide receiver on this roster is more than 200 pounds, and now you drafted a physical runner in Trey Sermon in the 3rd round, a guy in Elijah Mitchell later on in the 6th round who's both fast and physical, and now you bring in Patrick, who's 230 plus pounds. I think that you're going to be able to use him in some short yardage situations, which really bodes well for him in Kyle Shanahan's outside zone scheme. Given all the injuries that we're seeing in this backfield, are you concerned right now about the 49ers running backs? Your opportunity to hop on board and join the show. Voice your opinions on this one. Type Y for yes, I'm concerned. Type N for no. Get those votes in the comment section down below. Now, Jacques Patrick is 230 plus pounds because he eats up. Well, you should eat up with Magic Spoon cereal because it's loaded up with protein, and that's what is in Jacques Patrick's diet. A lot of protein. Per serving with Magic Spoon cereal and per bowl, less than 200 calories, 13 to 14 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, only 4 grams of net carbs, and all of the flavors from Magic Spoon are guaranteed to rock your taste buds. And here's the deal. Not only can you get $5 off by using that link at the bottom of your screen, magicspoon.com/49ers Report, if you don't like the products and the taste from Magic Spoon cereal, money back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you get your money back. Buy a box or 4 by going to magicspoon.com/49ers Report, and by using that link, you get $5 off your purchase. During yesterday's video, when we had passed along the information that the Niners were working out a bunch of running backs, Lamar Miller, Duke Johnson, TJ Yeldon, I went back into the comment section to see what everybody's reaction was, and there were dozens and dozens of comments from people asking me, Chase, why don't the 49ers sign Frank Gore? We'll explore that here in just a second. The reason that we're talking about Frank Gore, which I think that idea is kind of ludicrous because he is so old, is because the Niners at the running back spot are so banged up. Jeff Wilson is on PUP because of that knee injury that he suffered a couple months ago. He's eligible to come back and will probably return to the field at some point in October or sometime in that time window. Raheem Mostert last week against the Detroit Lions tore cartilage off of his knee. He's undergoing surgery. He's going to be out for the year. Elijah Mitchell, because of a shoulder injury against Philly, is day-to-day. JaMycal Hasty out week to week because of a high right ankle sprain. And Trey Sermon is in concussion protocol. Now, Frank Gore did play last year. He hasn't played for the Niners in quite some time. And even though Frank Gore is long in the tooth, I actually thought he was pretty solid for New York last year. on a team that didn't have a lot of offensive weapons and on a team that had a pretty bad offensive line outside of Mekhi Becton. 187 carries last year for Frank the Tank, 653 yards, 3.5 yards per pop, and 2 touchdowns. This guy is an ageless wonder. He has defied science with his ability at a position that stands for not for long, playing for such a long time throughout his NFL career. And when he was with the Niners for a decade, from 2005 to 2014, he was such a superstar from the time he was drafted out of Miami until he went to the Indianapolis Colts following the 2014 season. Here are his per-season averages. These numbers, straight up stupid, and that's why the Niner gang, they have an emotional attachment to Frank the Tank. He was so durable for this franchise, playing almost 15 games per season. He was toting the rock 244 times per season, so he was an absolute workhorse. He was due for more than 1,000 yards on the ground every single season because he averaged 1,100 yards during that decade. And he averaged around 6.5 touchdowns per season as well. And when you look at the career rushing leaders all time in the history of the National Football League, who checks in at number 3? 16,000 yards even. It is Frank Gore. He is a future Hall of Famer. He'll be rocking that Hall of Fame jacket in Canton, Ohio. He's ahead of Barry Sanders all time, ahead of Adrian Peterson, right behind Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith atop this list. 18,355 rushing yards throughout his illustrious career with the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. So I understand why so many fans want Frank Gore back, given all of the litany of injuries that have occurred in this backfield. But for me, it really just doesn't make sense. One, Gore is older. And with this roster, you're trying to bring in players who are younger. Frank Gore is not that. Also, I'm not sure he's much of a scheme fit in Kyle Shanahan's outside zone scheme. Now, I do think that Frank Gore would be successful, and especially in short yardage situations. And because he's had a knack for picking up large chunks of yards throughout his career, I think it could work. I just don't think at the end of the day it makes a lot of sense. I'd rather go with the youth movement at the running back position. Once JaMycal Hasty comes back, you see what he can do. Elijah Mitchell in his first career game as a pro rushed for more than 100 yards. Trey Sermon's first carry of his NFL career picked up a first down. I want to see what those guys can do, not Frank Gore. Also, Frank Gore, according to himself, no longer interested in playing football. He is now transitioning into being a boxer. Who do you think would win in a fight? Frank the Tank or Jake Paul? I think I might go with Frank Gore, but Jake Paul is actually a very good boxer. Let me know in the comment section to have some fun with that one. Do you want the Niners to sign Frank the Tank? Yesterday's video, a bunch of people were saying yes. Type S for sign if you think they should. Type W for washed. Let me know what you're feeling on this one. Another topic of conversation we want to cover on today's show. Why didn't Trey Lance play a single snap in that win against the Eagles? Kyle Shanahan did explain that on Monday in his press conference with the media virtually. He said this: I never have a plan that, hey, I'm going to use him or I'm not going to use him. It's always an opinion throughout the game. It's been 2 games, and I've never had him in the openers, and I've never had him as a designated time. I plan on doing that week to week, and whenever I feel like putting him in, you saw when I did in week 1, and I never got that urge in week 2. I do think there's some value in game planning with Trey Lance and implementing him in certain packages throughout the week in practice, but also displaying some of those schematic advantages during games as well. Why? It keeps defenses guessing. When they are preparing for the Niners, not only do they have to prepare for Jimmy Garoppolo, who's a traditional pocket passer and much better than what people give him credit for, but also you have to prepare for the dynamic ability of Trey Lance, because you don't know if he's going to pull it down on an RPO, if there's going to be a designed run, if he's going to be able to escape once the pocket breaks down, or if he's going to be able to unleash a deep ball downfield 50 to 70 yards. So if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm at least putting him in the game at certain points, kind of like what the New Orleans Saints have done with Taysom Hill over time. And whenever Trey Lance is healthy and ready to play and he's up to speed with this offense, then I think you will see Kyle Shanahan play him more. Do you want Trey Lance to play more? Transitioning off that talking point. Let me know in the comment section. Type P for play, type L for less. Be sure to get those votes in the comment section down below. And we always appreciate all of you for making the 49ers Report a part of your day. And speaking of the 49ers Report, last week during our watch party, Eagles, Niners, we had 70,000 people join us throughout the day. We'll be doing another watch party for Sunday Night Football as the Niners host the Green Bay Packers for their home opener. If you want the best 49ers news and rumors, all around coverage here on YouTube and on the internet, smash that subscribe button.